It seems like you're always looking for the right size USB cable. Having them all in the same place is a good start. Keeping them from tangling is a whole new challenge. Over the years, I have experimented with different ways to organize these so they're not a mess. I'll show you some of the other techniques, but first I'll show you my favorite. So first I'll wrap them up in a small coil so both connectors are at the top. Then I'll take some electrical tape or a wire tie, and I'll just tie it together right between the connectors so there's nothing to grab on when you put it back in the box. When you wrap it around your hand, it's big enough to be able to get the roll of electrical tape through it. You're going to see at the end, when these are all coiled up, how nice it is to be able to dig through and find the exact connector that you need. When they're not coiled up, it feels like you're playing with a rat's nest. Untangling is not what you want to do when you're looking for the right connector. Now, is it okay to save a bad USB cable or a questionable one? Yes. If you label it, then you know don't use this one because it might not be reliable. But it'll be the first one that you use to cut up for a project. Another technique that I used to use is shrink wrapping the cables. It works because they don't tangle up, but it's hard to see the connectors. Tie them like this, you can see both sides quickly. So when you're digging through fast, you can see, oh, yep, this is what I need. Look what happens if you have the connectors hanging out like this. It's hard to see both ends, and they tangle up all through everything else still. It is a challenge getting the connectors to line up, but I feel it's worth it. Here's a reusable zip tie, but they're hard to work with, so I don't use them anymore. It seems like tape is always laying around, so this is a real easy technique. Sometimes from the factory, they rope them up like this, and I don't like it because it's too tight on the wire. I feel that a loose loop is better for the wires. I like it when the manufacturer uses a loose loop. Here's a twisty tie. These work good too. As long as you can find a twisty tie, these work good. If you threw the twisty ties in the box so you could find them all the time, I think this would be effective. When they're neatly rolled up like this, it makes finding the right connection a joy. This cable is just a little too short, so I just drop them in. Now you'll see, when I put all these cables in, I'm gonna dig through and I'll show you how easy it is to actually pull one up without them tangling. And sure, it took time to be able to put these together, but the amount of time that it takes to put them together is about the same amount of time that it is to pull them out of a rat's nest. This technique works really good for cables, but how about all those little adapters? I'm constantly pulling little connectors off of circuit boards, so I put them in a Ziploc bag so they're all together. When I cut off one of these connectors for a project, I can take them and put them in a bag like this. Or all these little connectors, they're too small. They'll end up at the bottom of the box. So yes, I have another box for plastic bags. Now I can find the right size bag to fit what I need at this time. So now I can take these little fittings, drop them in, and now they won't be lost. There's a lot of little pieces, and when you're trying to make stuff, you want to make sure you keep your things organized. I call my system here the magic bins. When I'm building something new, I know exactly where to find it. So next time I need a USB cable of any type, I know exactly where to go. And if somebody else asks me, hey, where's a USB cable? I'll tell them where it is. It's in the US cable box. Well, I hope you found this video useful, and thanks for watching.